Welcome back to Crochet 6 Basics. Today we're going to be talking about how to increase and decrease in crochet. Now there's a few different ways to do this depending on the stitch you're using, so I'll be showing you examples with single and double crochet for each of them, and then giving you a little bit of guidance on how to do it if you have like multiple stitches to increase or decrease. So I have my project from last time where we started talking about working in rounds, and I'll start by showing you how to do a single crochet increase. So I've chained one and turned my work. To do a single crochet increase, we're going to put a single crochet in our next stitch. And then we're going to go back into that same stitch and do another single crochet. And that's it. That's all there is to it. To do a traditional single crochet increase, you're just going to be putting 2 stitches in the same stitch. Anytime a pattern says increase or INC, that just means 2 stitches in the same stitch. Same thing is the case if we were to do a double crochet increase. So if I were to do a double crochet increase in this stitch, I would do my double crochet, and then I'd immediately put another double crochet into that same stitch. And it's a little bit easier to see that there's 2 stitches in that same space with the double crochet than it is with the single crochet. You can kind of see it there, these 2 V's go into the same space, but it's a bit easier to see with the double crochet. And that's really all there is to it with increasing. If you come across something that says like single crochet 3 in the next space or in the next stitch, all that means is you're going to be putting 2, 3 single crochets all in that same space. If you can see that, we have all 3. You know, focus. You know, focus. And it's going to focus. And there we go. And you can see all 3 of those single crochets are worked into that same stitch. Now, decreases are a little bit trickier just because you have to leave stitches unfinished before you complete the decrease. So in order to do a single crochet decrease, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the next stitch and pull up a loop. Now we're not going to finish this stitch. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the next stitch as well and pull up another loop. So we have 3 loops in our hook, 1 in the first stitch and 1 in the second. Now we're going to yarn over and pull that through all 3. So what that's done is it's pulled both of these stitches into the same finishing yarn over. So in the next round, we would only have 8 stitches around if we were to put a single crochet in every stitch around. So I'll move over a little bit. But that's really all there is to it, is you're going to do insert, pull up a loop, and you're not going to do that finishing yarn over. You're going to insert, pull up a loop, and you're not going to do that finishing yarn over for this stitch either. You're going to yarn over and pull through all of them at the same time, finishing both stitches at once. If I were to do this with double crochet, the same sort of process applies, right? We're ignoring that last yarn over and pull through, and we're just doing the first parts of the stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and this last yarn over and pull through would finish that double crochet, but we don't want to do that. So we're going to yarn over, insert into the next stitch so that we can decrease and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through all 3, finishing both stitches at the same time with that last yarn over. So that's what a decrease is leaving off that final yarn over until you're ready to finish your decrease. If you were to do this with 3 stitches, say you had like patterns notated differently, you might have like single crochet decrease, like single crochet 3 decrease might be one of the ways it's notated. So if you wanted to decrease 3 stitches at once, same thing applies. Insert, pull up a loop, insert, pull up a loop, insert, pull up a loop. So we have 3 incomplete single crochets on our hook, yarn over, pull through all of those. If we were to do it with double crochet, just so we have another example, we're going to do all but that last yarn over for the first double crochet, all but that last yarn over for the second, and then the same thing for the third. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those. And that's all there is to it. If you're following along with the patterns for the Crochet 6 Basics course, this only has single crochet increases and decreases. So if any of that was lost on you, don't worry about it. We're just focusing on single crochet increases and decreases here, but it's good to have an understanding and a little bit of familiarity with other types of decreases as well, because those could show up in a pattern. But that is how increasing and decreasing works in crochet. And in the next video in the course, we'll be combining those to get some textural type stitches.